Oh. Hey guys. So Jessica's gonna be with us, but she's having difficulty, but she'll be back. You gotta love technical problems, right? So I was just looking for a card, and of course I can't find it. So typical. So anyways, hi Johnny, and hi Lady Blind Wolf. How are you guys? So today we are doing our Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays, and we are going to be talking about prosperity magic, money spells, that kind of stuff. And I know that we can all use that kind of stuff. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, we wanted to talk a little bit about, and looks like she's coming back. Let's see here. Yeah, she's trying, but they're having issues. So one of the biggest things that I really wanted to talk about with prosperity is, oh, here she is. Welcome back, honey. Uh-oh, I know she's having issues. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, I should move myself over here in front of the camera, is the frequency that we are on when it comes to prosperity. And Jessica and I have talked about this, but I think all too often we grew up hearing money is the root of all evil, and to want things is like not good, or to have too much is just being greedy or stuff like that. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I coming in okay? I'm hoping that this isn't me. I'll wait to hear from you. Because I don't want to be just like spinning my wheels. Nobody's seeing me. I suppose I could come over here. Let me see. Oh, it looks like we have a few people that are live tonight. Whoops, I had to stream. Sorry, honey. All right, let's see here. Okay, we're showing live. Okay, all right. I'm showing 7 people watching, but it's not like updating over here for me. So, are you good now? Can you hear me, honey?
I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah.
I had to switch to my phone because for whatever reason my laptop kept freezing. So I'm going to try to reset it. I'm so sorry.
Don't even worry about it. I was starting to talk about the fact of, and we've kind of talked about this before, about the frequency of prosperity. And because there's so many, you know what? Let me put these in, because I'm starting to hear a little bit of feedback. Okay, say something.
I'm not getting any feedback on this end, but I am on my cell phone. I think that messes it up. In just a minute, when my laptop completely reloads, I will go back to my laptop. But for some reason, I just kept freezing.
Yeah, no problem. I'm not hearing any feedback now.
Okay.
Oh, I am a little bit, but that's just because I got a big mouth. So I think all too often we hear things like, money is the root of all evil, and that you can be greedy by having too many things or being a collector. That's why I always ask the question, like, would you consider yourself a collector, and how many decks do you have? Because somebody will look at, including themselves, look at like the collections that they have and think, am I just being excessive? What is it? I think that's where we go wrong. Or another thing that I've talked to you about is when somebody says, well, you know, I do these services, but I don't charge people for it. And I always kind of cringe a little bit inside because if I think that they're actually doing it just because they want to do it, hey, that's a beautiful thing. Giving is a beautiful thing. And that is a, you know, prosperity frequency all to itself. But if they're doing it because they're afraid that they're not worth charging somebody for their services, that's when they put themselves in a bad prosperity frequency. Do you see what I'm saying? Or not charging enough for the work that they put in. So if somebody makes something handmade and they're barely charging for their time and their product, hi Cindy, then they're not believing in themselves enough in order to raise up the price enough to even cover their business or cover their products, because time is money, right? So I always say, you know, raise up your prices. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. You have to put yourself in that frequency. So
that's the law of attraction and the law of vibration. You are exactly what you're putting out there. So if you're constantly worried about money, constantly thinking about bills, and constantly saying you're broke, guess what? You're going to have to worry about those things and you're going to be broke. I think it's definitely important to understand that you have to balance out reality, but also balance it with where you want to go. And by that, I mean, you have an electric bill due every month. So don't go out there spending your electric bill money, but don't act like you're a pauper either. Yeah. Live the life you want, and that raises your vibration when you're talking about anything, but especially prosperity magic.
Yes, exactly. This is now just starting. Okay, see, I don't know what's going on, but it's not like on my StreamYard, it's not like catching up for me.
It's running behind. Because mine's running very quickly from my phone, and I'm seeing all of the chat.
Uh-oh. Let me see. Okay. For some reason, I'm not seeing you guys over on the StreamYard, so I had to pull it up here. Hi, long-haired skinny-eyed toe, and Sonia, and Cindy, and Lavender.
A lot of people popped on.
Yeah.
This is a huge thing for people in the witchy community, money.
Yes. So, we have a storm coming. If you have Xfinity, you have a storm heading this way. I do have Xfinity. Yeah, it's like really bad over here. It's like only showing one person in my StreamYard.
But there's 10. I don't know what's if it's just lagging or whatever, but I think they can hear us and it's not delayed for me. So I know it's being delayed on your screen, but I think that it's not for everybody else. I mean, it is. There's always a delay. You know what I meant, right?
Yeah, it looks like everything, and they can see me okay over here. Lady Blind Wolf said, I know people that have over 300 decks, so no, I don't think that way. Yeah, you are what you reflect. Exactly. Hi, Keys of Hecate. So, and Mystical Enlightenment, hi. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody else. So, I did grab some stuff here. You know, different herbs that you can use. Here's some star anise, basil, orange peels, allspice, even nutmeg. Stuff that you guys might have just regular in your kitchen, right?
Cinnamon.
Yes. But I would say, yes, just like Jessica always says, you can go into your backyard and grab anything, though, right? You can infuse anything. Bay leaves, exactly. catnip, mint, rice. Exactly. Exactly. Some other things, symbolism. I actually got this from Drew over at She Who Walks Between the Worlds. This is the prosperity symbol. So she made it out of, I believe this is clay. And I got this in an order from one of the things that I had ordered from her shop, and it's for prosperity. So I normally keep it on my altar. I do have a prosperity altar. I do suggest having a prosperity altar if you have the room, but it doesn't even have to be a huge altar either. You can have just a little one. What are some of the things that you do, honey?
I have a continuous spell that goes on. It goes on my manifestation jar. I put different amounts and I continually feed that. I have herbs in it. And actually my manifestation jar is everything that is my long-term goals. The things I started when I did my new moon intention calendar, and those same things I continue to go because they're huge, right? And prosperity needs to go continuously. It can't just be a one-time thing for myself. It could be if you just need something quickly paid. But I like to be comfortable. And so I constantly am adding to it. Ginger and cinnamon are two I add. They're not both directly related to the money spell itself, but they're power boosting herbs. And then I have money. Obviously, I do put some money in the jar, not a lot, just some pocket changes in the bottom of it, nothing I'm going to miss, but it adds to it. And then I write petitions, and those are put into the jar as well. I mean, it's kind of a complicated thing, but it's so easy for me because I've been doing it for so long. It's like second nature.
Yeah. Cindy says chamomile. Lady Blind Wolf says graveyard dirt, red brick dust. House of Sage and Lavender says money bowl.
Money bowl is so nice.
Yeah. She says, I always have an offering bowl with change and a few bus tokens because they are copper and tobacco. Absolutely.
So, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you could use graveyard dirt and red brick dust for money. I usually correlate them with protection types of uses. I know that graveyard dirt and red brick dust do have some other uses with them, but mostly I just know they're correlated with protection or even blocking stuff. I'm not saying they're not. That's just something new to me. And then tobacco, when you use that, are you using it because it's an offering?
Yeah, good question. House of Sage and Lavender says, I have prosperity poppet and bag, shredded money, green aventurine. Yeah. Ammonia jar spells, Lady Blind Wolf says.
Ammonia jar spells are usually for removing something. So, I mean,
if you think about it in another way, though, it's removing like bad mojo or stigma of certain things when it comes to frequencies as well. Can't you use it that way as well?
I mean, I suppose you can use it any way you want to. That's the thing, though, isn't it? It was just something I've never heard anybody use it for that purpose. So I want to talk about the poppet because poppet, I seen it. Poppets are amazing for any kind of work you're doing for yourself, and making a poppet for prosperity is awesome stuff. I can tell you a very easy way to do that. You make yourself a poppet, and I can show you a few different ways, not today, but if there's interest in that, I could show you how to make your own poppet. And then you stick it into, you could do an ice bowl on the table, but I prefer to use like a shoebox that is dedicated just for that. You put your herbs in there after, of course, you've blessed and bonded with the poppet doll to stick in there on top of the herbs. Put your coins in there, put your petitions, and it's much like the manifestation jar, but it's only for manifesting money.
House of Sage and Lavender says she has a video on it, on the poppet. That's cool. I love that. The brick dust or dirt from where a bank is standing would work. Yes, that's brilliant. And she says, yes, you mix red brick dust, brown sugar, and cinnamon, and graveyard dirt is luck. I love that. I would put these up on here, but they're not even showing up on my StreamYard. So,
Oh, I can do it. So,
okay, cool.
there it is. That's where she was talking about that. And then Lady Blind Wolf, you mix the red brick dust, brown sugar, and cinnamon and graveyard dirt is for luck. And I see that's something different to me because that's not the way I worked with them. And I never meant they were wrong at all, just so that's clear. Yeah. It's just new. I mean, it's something different. It's not, you know.
Just and then find out. Yeah.
Lavender River said brick dust or dirt from the bank. That's you read that one. I think that is a good point. And Cindy said red brick dust can be used for protection, prosperity, and luck.
I just did a video actually too on red brick. Yeah, I've seen that. I gotta go and watch those, but I did see it come up. I use jade. Mm-hmm. Jade is wonderful for prosperity, abundance, good luck, all those things, which I also do it with an elephant, because an elephant with the trunk up signifies good luck. You don't want it with the trunk down, because I have heard that, you know, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I've just heard that the trunk up is more like a joyful kind of thing. And I think of wisdom with an elephant, and I also think of longevity. So long-term, you know, long-term money coming in. And making like wise choices.
I dropped my whole tripod, just popped the phone out. So I don't know what happened. Sorry. Lady Blind Wolf, that is absolutely the point of the lives, is for all of us to connect and learn and teach other. That's each other. That is exactly why I said I did not mean to come across that you were incorrect, because I definitely did not. I was just a little bit like, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Citrine is another good stone for prosperity. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. I use crystal quartz in order to amplify everything. So whatever I'm working with, I use quartz in order to amplify that as well. Pyrite, you know, fool's gold, perfect. Like aventurine, pretty much any of your green, you know, gemstones you can use. And I see a lot of people that use like green candles and stuff, but you can also, I see green as like prosperity, right? But I see like gold, like bigger prosperity. It's like the bigger picture kind of thing, gold. Because money, even green money, originally was based on gold deposits and stuff like that. So it really isn't anymore. But that's what money system was based on. Uh-oh. She might be switching out. Yes, gold stone. Let's see. Oops. There she is. Let's see. I love you. Let me see. Where did I move? You guys are to show different ways and different paths and how we utilize our tools. Absolutely. My husband has a really good money spell that he does. I'm about to have him do it again, but the last time he did it, I woke up the next day in love with my job and signed hours. Yes. Let's see. Elephant. I always think of Lord Ganesh and how he helps with overcoming obstacles. Absolutely. Absolutely. Also, tiger's eye is good for money. Oh, okay. That's something that I've not really used for money before.
I have a lot of tiger's eye, and generally I use it for mental clarity and helping to keep myself grounded. But I have heard it's good for money. It's just not the way I typically use it, which is okay. See, that's what this is. We can all talk about these things.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to quickly point something else out that I think is important. And I just said this to you earlier. When somebody is giving you something, a lot of times we will say, oh, don't do that. And we turn it away. Those are blessings from the universe. And you should take those blessings. And then you are letting the universe know you need more or want more of that. I think that's an important point too. And I wanted to say that before I forgot because, you know, I might have.
It really is. I mean, that is part of being in the frequency of abundance, right? Being in it, but also, you know, I highly suggest, if you haven't seen already, Jessica did a live last night with a couple of ladies from the Witches group on Facebook. That is like the ultimate prosperity magic right there going on. All that giving and receiving that's going a part of that, having that kind of magic and mojo around you is a good friggin' thing. I've joked about this. I got this in a witch's roots box, and it was a prosperity one. And this is money draw, and it smells really good. You can smell like clove in it. But I will do something like this. I'll have it all around me, all around my prosperity, and I go, money, 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 money.
Rachele likes to sing, and that's good though, because then you're like pulling that energy up and getting yourself into that frame of mind. I think frame of mind is one of the biggest ones there is putting yourself in the frame of mind to be prosperous in every regard in your life.
But enjoy. Once you put that feeling of joy and singing and vibration, you get it all working. You know, I watched Summer's video earlier on this, and she was talking about, you know, kind of like in Reiki and dealing with energy and stuff like that, and using your hands in order to get that energy going, which is good. And that's what it is, energy. So if you're dancing and bebopping around the house and being in a joyful mood while you're doing some kind of ritual and you're singing something that has to do with money, it puts you in that vibration of, you know, prosperity and abundance. And
do you guys have chants that you do for your money spells? Like I'm constantly saying one particular one over and over again all the time, like daily.
I have one. It is good fortune shines brightly on me. Wealth, prosperity, and abundance surrounds me infinity times 3. With undying faith and confidence, I am blessed with loving abundance. Good luck and opportunity I do see. The power of positivity protects me. So mote it be. And I do that all the time. That's how I got memorized. But I do that after the money, and I burn some stuff, and, you know, with my prosperity.
Mine is a little bit simpler than that, but it's just a money come to me in abundance 3 times 3, and that is really just it. Lady Blindwolf says visualization. Absolutely visualization. You see it, and not just see it, but you hear it, you feel it, you touch it, you taste it, all of it. You use all of your senses, and the more that you get better at visualizing your future exactly where you want it to be, the easier it becomes to manifest it.
Yep. Exactly. Something else. So I like to layer my stuff. Money, money, come to me, multiply, and bring me prosperity. Absolutely. That works.
That is very close to the one I use. I think it is a good one. I think because it's so simple and easy to remember. Yours is very nice too, and I probably would like a copy of that.
I can do that. Let me share something really quick. Okay, so here is a station, or a YouTube channel. And I'm going to put it in there. Oh, okay, there. Okay, it went. So this one is 8. Oh, well, 80, because 8 is the number of abundance. So if you're using numerology, because I love to really compound all my stuff, especially where, prosperity, magic, and abundance. Because, abundance frequency is not just about money. It's about being abundant in everything, abundant in love, and abundant in friendships, and abundant in, those things that we surround ourselves with, like, decks or whatever it is that we want. When we buy something, we're saying, yeah, we want more of that. I'm saying be smart about it. Be wise about what you're buying, but don't be such a pauper and holding on to your money so tight, because that's why you're always going to need to hold on to your money so tight.
Yep.
So there's stuff like that can actually raise your vibration. There's other things like, this is my website, guys. I have free downloads. So you can do, where is it? Like magic. Let's see. Okay, here it is. You can print these off. These are called planetary squares. And it just so happens that Jupiter is the planet of abundance. So if you create a sigil for abundance using the square of Jupiter, it's like double. It's like double, magic. So there's stuff like that. There's also, which you can download. You can download these for free. Here's a sheet. If you want to write yourself a check from the universe. Absolutely. Fold that baby up towards you. You know how to do it. And then put it into your wallet, or put it into a spell box, which I have all those things on my altar. I've got a spell box. I've got all kinds of stuff. Dollar store, like little coins that you can get. I mean,
how many people on here have like a manifestation jar, a spell box, use poppets?
Do you know on that Wayne's World movie, when they're dancing around singing, I've got 5,000 over and over again. Sometimes I'll do that and replace the 5,000 with whatever I'm on. Yes, absolutely. I love that. I love that. Okay. What did I do? I think I got rid of
cord magic and wishing braids.
Do what?
She said cord magic and wishing braids, and she says she has a Florida written on green candles. Is that so you can get to Florida, or?
Okay. I had to pop out. I accidentally.
Lady Blind Wolf said, I'm making a manifestation box as soon as I move. Dollar Tree jars are good for manifestation jars, so you don't have to make anything, and it only costs you $1.
Here's my gratitude jar that I keep on my altar all the time. And I just put little things in there that I'm grateful for all the time. That's another frequency, being in a state of gratitude. Going through your house one day, I've seen some brilliant videos when people don't have money, but let's say that they have a bunch of different, well, I can't really show, well, you can see part of it, but like books, okay, and stuff like that. And so they'll do a haul in their own home, or they'll go shopping, do a little bit of shopping therapy on their own cabinets, or, go through all of their stuff and like maybe pull out a tarot deck or a book that they haven't read yet, rather than looking somewhere else, looking at what you have and then just being grateful. So
I think that's a key part of prosperity magic too, being grateful for everything that comes your way. So I think there's a lot of parts to it. One is definitely setting up your mindset Two, you need to be grateful for what you're getting. You know, all of these things play together. Do you have to make some elaborate ritual? No, but I think there is definitely things that you can do in your daily life to bring it towards you. Don't turn away blessings, things of that nature.
Right on. Let me get rid of this really quick.
Lady Blind Wolf said yes, she wants to move to Florida. I've lived there. It's very nice, but very hot and humid. Lavender River says no current manifestation jars, boxes, or puppets, but she's used them in the past. And well, I need pictures and I need to make some spirit powder, and I can't do that here at the moment.
Yeah. Dollar Tree is awesome. Half of the stuff on all of my altars is from Dollar Tree.
I
Seriously.
definitely am bargain basement buddy. I've said that before in my videos because I absolutely do love Dollar Tree, thrift stores, garage sales. You can turn anything you purchase into whatever you need without having to spend a small little fortune.
Another bit that I will suggest is learning about what planet or what astrological signs are in your second house, because your second house is about like money and stuff like that. And then once you find out with your astrological chart what is actually sitting in that house, you can work with that as well. You know, work with that type of energy. Trying to think of creating, which I have a video on my channel for when I created this, which is my abundance oil. And I used like 8 different herbs because 8 is the number of abundance. You turn that on the side and it's the infinity symbol. Right.
You're definitely the numbers lady. I have a money oil blend and an herbal blend on my YouTube channel as well, but I can't even tell you how many herbs are in it.
I was looking for my recipe. I can't find my recipe to this, but it's somewhere. But I put 8 different herbs in that. I change it up every time I make it though. And this is just loose incense. Make your own prosperity loose incense. You know, and burn that when you're doing any kind of magic or, you know, put your money through it or whatever, what have you. I mean, there's just so much you can do. The universe is more likely to give you what you need than what you want, unless it is your best interest.
I'm a little iffy on that one.
No, yeah, I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on the person, because I will say that if you honestly believe that the universe is going to provide you with whatever you need at the moment, then you're saying that that's the frequency you're putting yourself into whenever I need something, instead of just whatever my heart wants. You know, there was something that you had said earlier to me, Jessica, about, does it mean that if I am getting this prosperity, is it taking it away from somebody else? Right? But it's not. The universe is infinite. It's ever growing. It's abundance within itself. So if you think that you're taking it from somebody else, then you probably are. But if you just think there's enough to go around for everybody, then there is.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with you that I don't believe the universe only gives us what we need. The universe gives us what we ask for, what we want. It is, if we're limited in our belief of what the universe can do for us, then we're going to be limited. That is definitely the way I feel about it, because I've asked for lots of crazy stuff and I feel like the universe is always answering me. I mean, I'm serious. Like, one of my main things when I did my new moon intention several months back at the beginning of this year, I asked to be a traveling witch. And look what I've been doing for several freaking months. It's all I've been doing. I've done it so much, I'm done doing it. I'm probably not done, but at the moment I feel done. So I definitely do feel like the universe gives us exactly what we're asking for, as long as we are sincere and that's truly what we want and we're not doubting it.
Well, Lady Blind Wolf, is there any way that you can call, like where you can't seem to find out what time you were born? What about where you were born and trying to call the hospital? Yeah, be careful what you ask for. Yeah, be specific. Yeah. I'm just wondering if there is a way of finding out, even if you can get a general idea though, because usually I think even like the moon is going to change like every 2.5 days from different astrological signs, even though a moon phases every like 28 days. In a month's time, it works through all 12 of them. So it's roughly every 2.5 days, it changes a different zodiac sign that it's in. So just like when I did this full moon water during the eclipse, although we are in the sun sign of Cancer, astrologically, the moon was actually in Capricorn. If you understand what I mean by that. So if you don't know the exact time, unless it's during the time that it's transitioning from one to another, which is roughly every 2.5 days, even if you have just your date, more times than not, you'll still know what your moon is. So
I was going to say too, because she said the hospital was closed, but if you go to the health department in the city you were born, they should have birth records at least, don't they? It used to be our birth times was on our birth certificates, but if you've had to go get a new birth certificate, it definitely does not say that anymore. My mom had one of the very old ones from when I was a kid, and it had where my dad was born, where my mom was born, what time I was born. You know, I mean, there was just so much stuff on there that's not on there anymore.
Cindy said that you can actually order a copy of your birth certificate from the Vital Statistics Bureau in the city where you were born. Ask for a full copy, not a transcript.
Oh, so maybe that's what I was just talking about. Maybe it is different. Maybe that's the transcript and not just the birth certificate.
Yeah. No, it's not on my birth certificate. Right. Yeah. You mean the hospital itself, or maybe you just only got, you didn't get the full thing. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's what she's saying. Exactly.
So Johnny says, I say money, give me a lot of money to move to Los Angeles, Hollywood, California for movie career, music career with my rock band, Hollywood Dragons. That's a large manifestation. It's definitely doable. But I want to make one more point with saying that you can't just rely on magic either. You have to take the mundane steps to also get there. So if you're wanting something that large, the universe can help provide that, but you also have to make sure you're working toward it. I'm not saying Johnny's not. I was just using that as an example.
Yes, that is very important, I think. You can't, honestly, I don't think that magic is the end all beat all. You know, it's just a portion of the choices and actions that we also do in our mundane life in order to work towards. So if an opportunity knocks after you've just done some sort of prosperity and abundance working, then check out. Don't just, dismiss it. That's the universe saying, okay, this is what you wanted. So now you got to jump on the opportunity. Yeah.
I do think a lot of times we set ourselves up for failure, and we get so like we just ask the universe for it, it presents itself, and then we get all iffy, and then we don't take those steps, and then we wonder why it didn't work out. So I know I'm guilty of that myself.
Cindy said it's like asking for weight loss, but eating nothing but junk food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got that right. I wish it worked that way, that I could just eat whatever I wanted and not have to worry about it. But that is a good analogy. That is something people can understand. You have to take the mundane steps to go along with the magical steps to get exactly where you want to go. The universe will provide, but they can only provide so much. They provide the opportunities and the door openings and things like that. If you just did a magic spell and you found $50 on the ground, pick it up, because the universe just sent that in your direction.
Exactly. I will say I also have a money tree that I am very caring to. I talk to. I pet it and I give it love and I water it and it's got sunlight. And I mean, it is like the first thing that I have not killed green thumb wise. Okay. Other things that I have on my altar is like around St. Patty's Day, they had like the little charms, the light up lights and stuff like that. They had the like gold coins that you could put like in a little pot of gold kind of thing. So I bought a couple of things of those and I have them heaping over because symbolism is really important.
Well, it helps build that. It helps build your visualization. You're seeing it. Right. And I just want to say Dollar Tree, again, is your friend for all that stuff. If you want to do love magic, go at Valentine's Day and stock up on that stuff because you can spend $10 and have what you need for the entire year during each holiday season.
Exactly. There's such huge symbolism in that with very little amount of money. Bamboo plants. If opportunity knocks, then answer the door. Don't wait for opportunity to invite themselves in. Yeah, exactly. You have to walk through the doors. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. I have bamboo out in my yard. Yep. Right next to some daisies that are doing so. All my plants are doing so good. I am so grateful. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
I muted it because I'm outside and a car was going by. It was loud. So to keep it from disrupting, I've been trying to mute and then I forgot and I said something. I'm sorry. Listen, it's been a long day.
I hear you.
Today is just one of those days that nobody wants to deal with.
Yeah. Something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about. They're called vision boards. Have you guys ever done any vision boards or dream board?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Something that you put up in an area that you walk by every day or you continue to add things to, or even if you just go online and you can print off things or you can plan in your head, making like I get all my jars in stock up at our Dollarama here in Canada. I love Dollar Tree, but it's far from you. Yeah. So the dream boards and stuff like that. That's what I did for this house. We talked about the things that we wanted in the house, like floor plans. I mean, be specific. And then you put your energy into it. And you do it daily and daily and daily. And you have good thoughts about it. And you envision, walking through that house with a smile on your face or dancing in the living room of that house or whatever, or swimming in the pool. And all that leads to it. Even if it just mentally gets you in the right mode for seeing the opportunities that are coming in order to help build your future the way that you want it and make the right choices along the way. It gets you in that mode.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
Did a honey jar and decoupage things like
that is an excellent idea. Definitely is. It gets your spell and all your visions are right in one place.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
See, this is why this is awesome, because everybody can give us feedback. So we have a lot of knowledge, each of us individually, but when you come together, then you hear so much more. That's why I love this. I do. And personally, I just love you, Rachele, so I like doing lives with you.
Ditto, babe. Yeah, I surround yourself with the things that you love. Spend the money. Think about where you're spending your money. And one of the things that we've always done is made our place. That's where we spent a lot of our money, is making the place that we want to come home to. A place that is a sanctuary away from things, because, the day can be hard. But when you come home and you've got all these beautiful things that surround you, beautiful things that are beautiful to you, then you want to be there, and you're in a happier mood. It instantly lifts your mood. So I think that all that stuff is like drawn to your home. Oh, and another thing I do have on my altar is actual coordinates to my home. My actual, what we own is on my altar as well. And a water fountain, and yeah, other plants. Yeah. Floor washes, brooms, upside down by your door. Yeah. Yeah. The dandelion seeds.
Go ahead, I'm
I
sorry.
believe they're called milkweed. They're good for wishing powder. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's funny that she brought that up because we had the great big ones down there in California. I mean, my granddaughter made a bunch of wishing jars and she's 4. So I have video of her like stuffing them in there and she was so concentrated. But they do make good wishing powder or wishing jars, or they can be good for prosperity too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. After that $1,000 vet bill for this cat needed to do some serious prosperity. Yeah. I think she meant cat.
Yeah.
Never bring an old room into a new home, the one you clean with.
I agree with that. I always throw mine away and buy a new one. And I've been doing that for a long time. And only because, you know, my grandmother's pretty old and so is my mom and her sisters. And they used to say it was bad luck. So before I ever even was on this path, that was something that they always said. And anytime we moved, we threw our brooms away and got a new one. So you're not bringing the old crap that you were sweeping away from this house into the new one. You get a brand new broom.
I've never heard that before, but now I will do that. It makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. But I had never done that before. I created a terrarium out of picture frames for Mother Earth, and my crystals, all the decoration came from the Dollarama. Everyone that sees it wants one. Absolutely. Is bread, salt, and your new broom. Oh, I've never heard that. That's pretty cool. But there's symbolism in everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of the old wise tales or old wives tales, however you want to say it, because I've heard it both ways, wise and wives. Those are a lot of based on superstition and whatnot. But I mean, I do think that some of them have some good foundations to them, such as the broom one.
One of the things that I've always thought was if for instance there was like this really famous spell that a lot of people have done, and you hear somebody say, well, you know, I don't want to do that, I like putting my own spin, and that's perfectly fine. If that works better for you, wonderful. I tend to do my own spells as well if I don't find what I'm looking for, which is pretty much always. But I always think that the more people that have done this thing and you do it also or join in, you're adding to that, which means just like traditions, the more people that believe something, the more power it brings to it. You see what I mean? So I think that also. High Priestess, I'm doing great. Oh, roots and history.
She was talking about the wise and wives' tales.
In the fall, you can go to Dollar Tree and get those cinnamon brooms.
I've never seen them at the Dollar Tree. I'm not saying you can't, but I've never seen one. Although after fall is over and it's moving into winter, Dollar General puts them on clearance for 10 cents, and I buy bunches of them then. Yes.
Are they just the little ones that are like this big?
The ones from the Dollar General are the large ones that smell like cinnamon.
You showed me.
Mm-hmm.
You showed me the other day.
Well, I showed you a small one. That wasn't a cinnamon broom. That was one I picked up and redid. But I do use the cinnamon brooms and do the same thing with.
Yeah. And supposedly if the broom falls, you know company's coming.
Well, mine don't typically fall because I nail them above my doorways. Every one of my doorways, front door, back door, into the kitchen, all of it, they all have brooms.
Oh. Well, see, I need to be doing that too.
I'm
No.
probably overkill.
No, I don't think you can, really. And that's like sweeping away anything that's negative. That's kind of symbolism, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Like brooms over the doors and stuff. It's like sweeping away any kind of negative before they come
It's to
to the
keep
door.
it out. It's a form of protection. It's to keep out. I mean, yes, a broom usually sweeps with it, but the symbolism of it over my door is to keep it out. It's a protection.
Right.
And
Okay.
mine are blessed with they all have crystals and stones and colored ribbon and flowers, and that's what they're there for in my particular house.
Beautiful. I love that. I need to do that. Good broom magic is you take color ribbons for what you need to have and put them on the broom also.
Mm-hmm.
Also getting certain tarot cards and placing them on your altar or oracle cards. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what she said she meant was Dollar General.
Oh.
So, it sounds like everybody pretty much has a good foundation of prosperity magic. It is important. So, of course, that's probably one of the first things that people learn, right? It was me.
I think prosperity magic and protection magic are the two very most basic and the very most used forms of spells.
Yeah.
I think they're also the two that we always are doing, even when we're not thinking about it. They're more of our daily ritual.
Yeah, we seen that earlier when you said that, Johnny. That's wonderful. But like Jessica was saying, just you got to be realistic with what you're putting out there, and you got to do other work in order to go along with that.
Do you guys use sigils on your windows? Because I do that as well. Like when I move in, I bless my house, use sigils, protection and prosperity.
Sigils, I have sigils. Yes, I do sigil work. Do I have them over my doors and stuff and around my windows and stuff? No.
Well, when I put them on my window, I just use like either blessed moon water or my money oil blend, and I put them on there. I don't like actually, I don't actually like put a big one, and then my neighbors are like, "What the hell? What is this?" But I mean,
I'm going to be going around tonight. Prosperity on all the windows. Yeah.
It helps. It helps to keep prosperity inside your home, and it keeps it flowing, I think.
Some traditions like Santeria, they have virtual brooms and different color of ribbon for different purposes, and they will sweep it out of the house. On my doors, yes, I do prosperity sigils on my candles. Yeah, I do them on my candles, a lot of my candles.
Candles, doors. That's another one. I don't really put it on my front door, but lots of people touch my front door, and little kids and the dog, so it's constantly getting washed. The windows get washed way less often, like never. I'm just being honest. Unless I was like doing a major spring cleaning maybe once a year. But the door gets touched too much for me because there's so much traffic in and out with all of my family and kids and stuff that it's easier for me to do my windows. But you can put it on your doors.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be smearing it everywhere. Everywhere. There was something that I was thinking about too, and I forgot. Put it on the top of the door jambs and on the windowsill. Yeah. And the most important, those are the first types of spells that any baby witch should learn.
Can we not use baby witch? Listen, I just really want to say this one more time. Baby witch is derogatory. It implies they can't do anything on their own, and that's not correct. They're learning, so they're not a baby anything. They're still reasonable adults. Well, most of them. So.
I mean, I don't see it that way either. I see it like a baby that's just learning something new and taking baby steps. And But I understand where you're coming from with that.
I just don't like it.
I know.
I'm just being honest. Hi, Kendra.
I'm sorry. Hi, Phoenix. I didn't say hi to you earlier. And hi, Debbie. How are you guys doing?
I don't see Debbie.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if Debbie is from, are you on Facebook, sweetie?
It shouldn't matter because I'm on the thing and I can.
Yeah. Oh, it's Kendra's Spiritual Journey. Sorry, that's Debbie. Do you see her? Kendra's Spiritual Journey? Oh, okay.
Okay, so, okay. I was confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Debbie.
Yeah.
Our
So
protection sigils on all doors. I'm definitely going to be doing it on my windows. Yes.
Hi, Phoenix.
Words have meaning. Huh?
Phoenix said hi, Rachele and Jessica, and I said hi, Phoenix. Sorry.
No.
Lavender said, thank you, words have meaning. Don't call the self a baby unless you don't want your magic taken seriously by the universe. I agree. You're just new. You're learning. That doesn't make you a baby. I swear, baby just is derogatory when you're talking to an adult.
See, that's where I think it's a matter of perception, because honestly, babies are really pretty much smarter than everybody because they soak in knowledge faster than everybody else. They learn at a much quicker rate than everybody else. So it's all in how you look at it. It's perception. But
everything's perception. And that's absolutely true. I just personally don't like it.
Tina. Okay. Thank you. I will try to remember that. I promise I will try. Family and friends call me. They're like, yeah. They just
sorry.
Absorb. No, I'm sorry.
No. This happens a lot, right? We're always going to say something at the same time. That's just how it works for us. Does everybody that's watching have your own specific kind of ritual that you do where prosperity magic is concerned?
All right, Cindy. Have a good one, sweetie.
Good night, Cindy. Thanks for joining us.
Do you guys have like certain rituals that you do? Do you guys have dedicated altars? Call them newbies at times. Yeah.
Newbies, yeah. I mean, because you're new, and that implies that you're new.
Mm-hmm. I can tell this one's going to be a little bit shorter, honey. We're at about an hour right now.
Mm-hmm. I think that there's a delay.
Yeah. I put all of that in the bowl, especially for help from ancestors. Yeah.
That's a good point, because I don't think we even covered that, where you could call on your ancestors to help with your prosperity magic and manifesting money. I have a spell jar that I recharge for prosperity every year.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So feng shui is like the southeast corner of your house. However, I also have heard if you go through your front door, it's the upper left-hand corner of your house. That is your money corner. So
something else to consider. Sorry, go ahead. See? Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to say something else to consider, that if you wanted to use elemental magic, the best one for prosperity is absolutely earth.
Yeah. And pentacles in the tarot is related to earth and like money, right? But fire is very much about creativity and about creation and inspiration. So, which that's south, right? So maybe that's why southeast. And air is all about thought and being mindful. So I mean, you know what? Just use all the damn elements.
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
I invoke all of the elements when I'm working, but particularly you might focus on more one than the other, and prosperity is
Yeah.
earth element. And Lavender River says my husband leads the money ritual. He's good at it, so I let him do that one. I'll have to bring him on my channel sometime too and let him explain. And you know what would be really awesome, Lavender Rivers, if you would let me and Rachele do an interview with you and your husband and about how it works for you two together, because while my husband is super supportive of what I do, he doesn't practice any way whatsoever.
Yep, same here.
So I would love to listen to a couple that works together. So if you're interested in that, let us know. Just throwing it out there.
Very cool.
Yes.
So Lady Blind Wolf says it is really picking up over here my way, and I know I'm a ways away from you and Jessica. Oh, yeah, because of the storming and stuff.
I'm in Ohio. I don't know where she's at.
Yeah. She's in Indiana.
Oh, well, I'm currently in Indiana, but I'm like 8 minutes from Ohio line. And my house is in Ohio, but I'm at my daughter-in-law's house.
Yeah.
She said she would love that sometime. So definitely get in touch with me and Rachele and let's get that set up, because we would love that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see more couples that are actually doing that kind of stuff. I mean, that's kind of dreamy thinking about it. It's kind of dreamy.
I'm not really not happy with the way it is, because like I said, my husband's super supportive. He puts my shelves up. He buys me stuff he knows I would like. He just doesn't involve himself. A couple of times he's involved himself, like at the winter solstice celebrations, or when we went to Pagan Pride, he did do the ritual, but he's just like, yeah, it doesn't matter one way or another. If he's there, he'll enjoy or join in, but otherwise, yeah. Yes, he's a licensed pagan clergy here in Texas. Awesome. Good stuff.
I also use the money draw perfume and spray it all over my prosperity candles. You know?
Yes. Do you make any of your own oils and your own herbal blends, like to carry?
Yes.
But Rachele, I know
you're asking them, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, you're looking right at me as you're.
Wow, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just joking.
No, I know. I love you.
I love you too, babe.
Kendra said, same here. My hubby doesn't do much with it, just very supportive.
The fairy gardens, I've heard people do that for prosperity also. Yeah.
Well, the fae can help bring you prosperity. If you make a fairy garden, you're going to get some fae. So yes, I've heard that as well.
Yeah. Another thing, what was it? Oh, days of the week. So traditionally, or in one of the books that I've read, it's like Thursday is the prosperity day. But I say also, just like in symbolism, if you're used to getting paid like on Friday's payday kind of thing, Friday could be your prosperity day. If Saturn or whatever day, I think probably Thursdays, because Thursday has to do with Jupiter, maybe, and the planet Jupiter, which is all about abundance. That is the planet of abundance. So maybe. But even Sunday, or if you're working, if you're doing a spell for prosperity using the moon, then you would use Monday. I mean, it's cool thinking about all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm a big fan of magic pouches and mojo bags. Yes, you can have those in your vehicles.
I keep one in my purse.
Yeah.
And a big chunk of citrine. I have a big chunk of citrine, and then my money herbal blend in a nice little pouch inside my purse at all times.
Yeah. Chris bags, yes, but as far as oils, I wasn't in a position where I could do that. Hopefully when I move, I will be able to do that. Yeah. I have dried lavender, is what Johnny said.
Oh, yes. I love lavender.
Mm-hmm. My current altar oil has myrrh and cinnamon, cinnamon for prosperity.
Mhm.
Yep. And also cinnamon is great for speeding things up, bringing it quicker, bringing it to you quicker.
It also makes a real gift. Uh-oh. It like forwarded a little bit or something. I don't know what just happened.
You froze for like a second. Yeah.
I did freeze. That was weird. On when I
You
seen
did or I
you,
did?
your hands were moving and they went like that. It was weird.
We've got
Yeah.
the matrix going on over here.
Popping out all. Good night. Good night, Kendra. Thanks for joining.
Good night, Debbie. Have a good one, honey. There are also some components that you could use to boost your spells, like Vesta powder, coffee. And coffee.
Lavender River said, "I love you too." Well, I love you too, Lavender.
Love you too, honey.
I don't know if she was talking to me or you or both of us, though.
It's all right. She's talking to both of us now.
Yeah.
Well, does anyone have anything else to add? Oh, yes, basil. Yes, I love basil. And
Yep.
I love how it smells.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to run low. Because I use it all the time.
Basil is easily sourced, though. Thyme, basil, rosemary, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of ginger can make quite a potent little blend for you. All of those you can easily get. To make yourself a little money herbal blend if things are tight or you know what I mean. There's stuff you can run right to your grocery store and go get.
I'm actually growing it. I got some in my backyard. Yeah. And some sage. I don't know if you could use sage for money. You can, but you said I love lavender. Oh. Oh.
I do love lavender.
Yeah. She was being a smart aleck. I love it. Girl, I've got 2 huge pots I'm growing in my garden. Awesome.
Oh, we love you too. Always have so much fun on these lives.
Yes, we do. So we are coming on live tomorrow night.
I'm super excited about that one.
Yes, me too. I think this is a very important one that we need to talk. Not that they're all not, but this one I do really, really think is important. And it is about the goddess. Yeah.
Yeah, Bass told me to do this. She's been pushing me. Boy, she's a bossy little thing. I'm bossy and she's bossier than I am. Just saying.
Now, are we doing that on your channel tomorrow, sweetie? At 6 p.m.?
Yes.
All right. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Pagan Pathways group and channel. So, you know what? Actually, really quick, why don't we pull that up and put that in here? Let me find it really quick.
Brew is excellent for protecting plants, some in your front yard and your backyard to protect your property. That is definitely a good idea. You can use sage for clearing out whatever is blocking you from success. That is an excellent point. Excellent. So let me ask everybody a question. When you are making your herbal blends, do you, like on my videos, when I do, I just show you like mixing them and blending them together, but do you talk to your herbs and ask them to open up and like, so that they know what they're doing?
You mean, do you put intentions?
No, intention. Hello, Dawn. Nice to see you.
Hi, Dawn.
Intention is where you're like infusing it, but since the herbs themselves are already capable of doing these things, they're good for these things, but a lot of them are good for multiple things. So you kind of wake them up and you give them direction.
I usually don't. I usually just put them in for all of the stuff. I mean, if I do one for like prosperity and abundance, that's why even like when I was talking about my spell, prosperity, abundance, good luck, opportunity, I put all of them in my spell work because I think they all kind of go hand in hand.
You don't think that they would take away a little bit if they're all trying to do too many things at once, that it's not solely focused on the one thing? Well, because some herbs do like 6 things.
Yeah, but we're in an abundant universe, right? So you can put whatever you want, right?
I mean, you can.
And
you can put out whatever you want.
If they're going to compete with each other, then they're going to compete with each other. If you think they're all going to do what they need to do, then they will.
No, I don't mean that they're competing with each other. What I meant is the herb. Okay, so say you put rosemary in there, and then it's trying to do protections and blessings and all the things that rosemary does. So instead of it just doing the one thing that you've asked it to do, is trying to do too many things, so it makes it a little less potent. I'm not saying that's the way it is. I'm just saying that's the way I was kind of viewing it. And I was asking other people's opinion. Don Nightbloom said I absolutely tell each herb what I want him to do. And one of the other ones said that as well and said they thank them, yes.
And I don't. Yeah, I don't. I just like, give me what you got. Give me the works.
It was just a question to ask what other people did.
Yeah. Oh, and the angel number for the portal of prosperity is 888. So you can use that in your workings as well, 888. And vibrational music, like on the 8 and the 8 frequencies or hertz, which is also good for prosperity. So when you're doing that kind of magic and you've got your, I mean, just think about that. Oh my goodness. You've got all these herbs going, right? And in your combination, you've got like cards out. You're working with like different planets or planetary squares and this is what I do in my magic. And then you've got your crystals out that all have their different frequencies of abundance and all that, right? And then you've got your gratitude work, or you're writing your petitions, and then you've got your like oil that you're anointing your stuff with, and you've got music going, vibrational music that's attracting it. You're using 8 different, because 8 is that number, right, for abundance. So you use like 8 different herbs or a combination of 8 different things in your spell. So you're adding that numerology in there. And then you take and put your incense going. That's an incense burning. And then you put money and coins and symbology in there. That is just like some major working right there.
Lady Blimo said, I incorporate salt and use salt because salt does what you tell it, but you can also do salt and prosperity magic. I put salt in every single spell I'm doing. Every single one. It is, and almost always rosemary too. Not always, but almost. Lavender River said, root and seed, leaf and flower, linear magic in this hour. Then I tell each herb its job. I definitely love that.
Wonderful. I love that.
I'm probably going to use that now. Thank you. It's better than saying, hey, Rosemary, can you make up for me, please? I mean, you do just talk to them. They're a plant. So, I mean, that's really how I do it. But I think that's nice. I like that.
It's like so witchy. So witchy. Do you mind if we steal that?
I hope not.
I'm writing it down.
Well, you have to send it to me too, because I'm outside on the balcony. So because the kids were still awake and stuff, and I didn't want them to interrupt us. Hi, babe. My husband jumped on.
Hi, James. Your magic. Did she say it was okay? She
didn't say anything yet, but there could be because of the delay. I do like the root and seed, leaf and flower, linear magic in this hour.
She does it to the Harry Potter theme music. Oh my gosh.
She said
I
I'm so
love
corny.
you.
She said I sing it too. She said, yes,
I
use the way.
love that. Oh my gosh. Where did it go?
I don't know if this is going to make anybody sad or whatever, but I don't like Harry Potter and I don't know the theme music. Rachele.
No! No, just kidding.
My husband said,
Whatever I'm doing in the magical workings, I usually do pagan music or Godsmack Voodoo, the song.
I love Godsmack Voodoo.
I've never heard that before.
I'll
Thank
play
you.
it for you.
I've got the music going. If it's not on a speaker, it's on an MP3 player on my Bluetooth headset. You know? What's that? What just happened there?
I'm not
Did
sure.
You type in YouTube?
I did. I just typed it. I know it's coming up as you. That's because we're on the same. Well, my husband asked where everybody was because everybody is chatting from YouTube and he's on Facebook, so there's nothing in the chat, but he can hear us talking to them.
I'm like, for a second, I'm like, I think somebody just hacked my account.
They didn't. It was me. Sorry, Lady Blind Wolf. But I've also heard something about Isas. Is that how you say that? With squares.
Esau.
I don't know what that is.
In the Bible, Esau? You mean like the brother of, was it Israel? Brother of Jacob, maybe? Voodoo People by Prodigy.
Prodigy is good too. More songs.
Yeah, I don't know. Esau was Jacob's brother. Yeah. That's what I thought.
I know a lot about the Bible, but I don't know everything, so I didn't know what that was.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we have had a really good discussion today, guys.
And went over tons and tons of information because there's so many different ways and so much to know. I've had a good time this evening.
Me too. Do you guys like this format a little bit better as far as us doing like lives where we can all kind of partake and stuff like that when we do our Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays? Because also we're kind of like, like lazy and we don't want to do all the all the editing and all that. I like these. I like being able to talk with everybody.
She said this has been fun and such a good reminder of what we do. So what me and Rachele had discussed was every other week going from my channel to hers and doing the Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays together live so that we could include everybody in those live discussions. And I, in my personal opinion, is it's a little less dry when they're live and they're more on the fly and we're not, and she's right, editing the video and all that can, be time consuming.
No worries, Dawn. No worries, honey. Yeah, and I love spending my evenings with you guys. So
it's fun and relaxed.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you guys join us tomorrow. That particular live will be on my channel, though. We're going to try to go back and forth on each other's channels, and it won't always be just us two. But tomorrow's live, like we said, is all about the goddess and bringing her to the forefront and what she brings to our lives. So make sure you join us for that one.
Yeah.
And all the rest.
Exactly. And thank you guys for joining us. How do I go on the YouTube?
You have to go to Rachele's channel on YouTube. So if you go to my channel, James, on the side, it'll say my subscriptions and Rachele's channels right there. It's called Amethyst Ascension.
I'm excited about that. I love a good goddess talk. Oh yeah. Yeah. This should be interesting.
I think it will be interesting. I think that it's important that we bring up the goddess and reasons why we need her when we've lived in such a male-dominated society.
What is that? Wish Suarez?
I don't know what that means.
What that is. Esau's wish squares.
She meant wish squares.
Oh, gotcha.
Is that Santeria?
Because I've not.
Is that it? I'm sorry, Rachele, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I've not heard of that before, so I'll have to check it out.
I'm going to guess it's maybe Santeria or something. Maybe I don't know.
The one from
Father
Abraham. All right, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
It was so much fun. Thanks. We'll talk soon, witches.